going out of your way to be joyful over someone's death, me personally, that's just not how I roll. That's not aligning with my spirit. As y'all know, I'm a follower of Christ. I believe there's power in your words, power in your tongue. I will never fix my mouth so comfortably to wish death on anybody, nor will I ever be celebratory over someone dying, no matter who the person is. I just never aligned with my spirit. Even whenever they tried to assassinate Donald Trump and people were celebrating like, oh, they almost had him, I even felt sick to my stomach. I'm like, y'all, really? That's not good. So today we are going to discuss the killing of the United Health CEO. Before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media because we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Can I get an amen? Amen. This case is just crazy to me. It is crazy to me. The fact that people are politicizing this case, to me, it is sickening. It is sickening. And I also want to make it clear, I do not, by any means necessary, I do not condone violence or killings by any means necessary. I want us to take a step back and look at the broader scope and the bigger picture of what took place. We're gonna watch this video and y'all are gonna hear my opinions because some of my opinions is kind of, it's kind of controversial, but it's something that we do need to hear. So let's go ahead and watch this take.
Investigators say evidence linking Luigi Mangione to the shocking murder of healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City is mounting tonight. Police say they have fingerprint evidence found at the scene that matches Mangione, as well as the shell casings that are linked to his gun.
Police also say when Mangione was taken into custody, he was in possession of a notebook that contained chilling plans for the killing. John Fenolio live in the news center with the new details tonight. John.
Micah, share that's right. Investigators in New York are building their case against Luigi Mangione. They believe those statements written in his notebook likely amount to a confession. Authorities are also increasingly concerned the surge of support online for the suspect could spur similar violence.
Tonight, murder suspect Luigi Mangione is being held without bail in a Pennsylvania state prison.
That is completely out of justice. And it's an insult to the intelligence that we bear as people.
Fighting extradition to New York on murder and other charges in the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD investigators now say they have forensic evidence tying Mangione to the killing in Manhattan last Wednesday, including the ghost gun found on the...
I do want to add that this is all technically alleged until he's innocent, until proven guilty, even though they say the evidence is beyond clear and it leads back to him. But for the sake of the video, we still have to say alleged. Okay, so first things first that I want to add to this. With Luigi and him allegedly killing a United Healthcare CEO, people who are making this a right and left thing, y'all are actually sick. Y'all are actually sick. Sick in the head, to say the least. And I think it's very, very, very telling. And this is what I've been saying since the beginning of my videos. We are at a time where not only do people make money off of divisiveness, but people are using certain class, the working class, the lower class, whatever you want to call it, as chess pieces. I've seen a lot of political commentators, big names, making this like, oh, the left, they're celebrating the death of this and the third. The right, they're doing this and the third. And it's almost like y'all are missing the entire point. As someone who heard this story, the first thought that I had was, this is deeper than Brian. I don't think that if Luigi allegedly did it, come on, y'all. If it is deemed to be true, this is deeper than Brian. I think Brian is a vessel in what took place. It honestly could have been anybody. It could have been a Todd. It could have been a Miranda. It could have been a Keisha. Whoever was the CEO at that moment, the plan will still have been executed. So that's the first things first. It is a bigger picture and a bigger discussion that people aren't having when it came to the death or what led to the death of the United Healthcare CEO. What I am seeing is people from both sides of the aisle actually are in agreement in regards to their lack of empathy of the death of the CEO. Now, I don't think that they personally are celebrating the fact that it is that person, that it is Brian. I think they more so have lack of empathy over the fact of someone who was in a position of power, who made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of the sickness of their wives, their husbands, their kids, their friends, and their loved ones, just faced the same situation that a lot of them everyday working class people have to face every day by losing their loved ones in this healthcare system. I think this deserves a broader conversation than just to marginalize it into just one, oh, Brian was a father, he was a husband, etc. Brian did not deserve this. By all means, I don't think anybody, I'm someone who doesn't even believe in the death penalty. I don't believe that killing him fixed anything. By all means, I don't think it fixed anything. I don't think it solved anything. I think it sent a message, maybe. But at the end of the day, I don't think it actually fixed anything.
A 26-year-old when he was arrested at a Pennsylvania McDonald's Monday.
We were able to match that gun to the 3 shell casings that we found in Midtown.
Shell casings, police say, were inscribed with the words delay, deny, depose, a possible reference to the words used by health insurance companies when denying claims. Investigators also say they matched Mangioni's fingerprints.
With fingerprints that we found on both the water bottle and the Kind bar near the scene of the homicide.
Police believe this surveillance video, obtained by sister station Pix 11, shows the gunman walking down West 55th Street minutes before the shooting with the same water bottle in his hand. Thompson was on his way to an investors conference at the time of his killing. At the time of Mangioni's arrest, officers say they found a notebook on him, allegedly with written plans on how to carry out the shooting, including these chilling words. What do? You whack the CEO at the annual Bean Counter Convention. It's targeted, precise, and doesn't risk innocence. Similarly, handwritten pages found on Mangioni allegedly contained this statement. Frankly, these parasites had it coming. This as authorities are increasingly concerned over the outpouring of support for Mangioni online and the growing outrage with the health insurance industry. In New York City, fake wanted posters targeting insurance company CEOs and executives have been appearing in public spaces, including Brian Thompson's, with a red X marking his face. It's unknown who is responsible for the posters.
From the White House to the local level, officials are stressing.
We're going to stop it there. Violence is not the answer. Violence is definitely not the answer. I want us to take a moment and think. I want us to take a moment and look at the broader scope of this conversation. And I do want to emphasize, and I'm always going to emphasize, violence is not the answer. Killing people is not the answer by all means. But what we need to do is take a step back and see what do we take away from this conversation and what took place and what conversations need to be had in order for this not to happen again. Number one, I think we can all agree, whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, our healthcare system sucks. Our healthcare system sucks. It is working against us more than it is working for us. The amount of profit that people are making off of people who are dying in the system that they're paying into. The amount of profit that people are making over a system they know nothing about. Let's have that conversation. I think this is actually a time where working class people and people from the left and the right can actually come together. I don't think people understand and fully grasp. People make money. The more that we are divided, the more money they make. I don't think people understand that this is not a left versus right. This is not a Democrat versus Republican. This is a battle between good and evil. People in power and people who don't have power within the system. And the faster we learn that, and the faster we acknowledge and understand, the more dangerous it becomes for a certain level of class. Let's be honest. There is power in numbers. And I'm not saying this is not for us all to come and just have a civil war and fight back. But there's so much we can do when it comes to organizing behind our dollars. These people aren't rich based off of their own. These people have as much money and making as much money as they please because of everyday people like us. What I'm seeing with this conversation with Luigi and allegedly killing the CEO of United Healthcare is that people are so quick to make it right versus left. And I pray that God continues to use me as a vessel to have people to actually come together, have these conversations, and not just like play into this game. Playing into this game. There are poor people on the right who can't afford healthcare, and there's poor people on the left who can't afford healthcare. The fact that these mainstream names are making this a left versus right issue, it is so bothering to me. It is very bothering to me. As I stated before, I think this is bigger than just Brian Thompson. This is bigger than him being killed. I don't even think it was personal. It's just the fact that it was more so the position that he held. So with Luigi allegedly doing what he did to Brian Thompson, by all means, my heart goes out for Brian Thompson and his family and his kids. Like I said before, I will never wish death on anybody. But I also am going to ask these questions. What was it that led Luigi to do what he did? Mind you, it is not a Brian Thompson problem. It is a system problem. It is a healthcare problem. It is the fact that these major healthcare companies, pharmaceutical companies as well, continue to make money off of people who are dying. Point blank, period. And so the fact that people are going above and beyond to try to miss the motive behind what he did, not saying that it was right that he did it. But if we want to prevent something from happening again, we have to address the root of the issue. Why did he do it? What led him there? The same thing when it comes to our school shootings. It's like people aren't addressing the root issue as to why school shootings happen. Why are these kids doing what they're doing? Is it access to guns? Is it their mental health problems? Is it lack of parental guidance? Getting to the root of the issue is the only way to actually fix the problem. Same thing with abortion. Why are people running to abortion clinics? Why are 73% of women obtaining abortions because of their economic status? Is it because women are in a position where they feel like having a child is financially liable? These are conversations that we have to have when it comes to these political topics to ensure it doesn't happen again. So with this case, it's like people are exerting so much energy to go above and beyond to miss why did he do this? What led to this? It's like, oh yeah, the healthcare system is bad, but that doesn't mean you have to kill somebody. Okay, we know that. So what can we do to fix within our healthcare system to where the working class people do not feel outraged to the point where they will premeditate and plan and kill a CEO of a healthcare company? What can we do as a country? We've gotten to the point where it's almost like people are just playing into a role. It's like these conversations aren't being had. It's like everybody has already picked a side and just made up their mind without even doing the necessary work or asking those necessary questions. That's my take on it, and I'm sticking to it. With that being said, I want to know what you think on the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media because we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we could do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I love y'all all, and I thank you for the continuous support. God bless y'all. This is Udorat, connecting people with policy. Toodles.